Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Monday Marathon. I believe this is episode 21. I hadn't intended this being a weekly thing, but it seems to be going well. You guys seem to like it. The YouTube algorithm seems to like it, so that's good. All worship the YouTube algorithm. I do like making videos that get good traction and lots of comments, and yeah, this seems to be a good one. So for those just joining, every Monday I go to the local charity shop and they leave a pile of electrical stuff that's been donated during the week. Now, they don't want to handle it there, or at least they don't want to resell electrical stuff due to risks involved. There's no one there that's qualified to test it, so they would normally take it out to the transfer station as e-waste. I like to try and save as much as I can, so each week we go through what we've scored. Sometimes I make some pretty good money out of it. Other times it's marginal. Sometimes it's a waste of time. But I do get a video out of it, which isn't a waste of time. And we do get to save, well, usually about 70 to 80% of the stuff, and we can put it back into circulation through my secondhand shop or through Facebook Marketplace. So most of the time it's low value things. Sometimes we get a really good treasure. Sometimes I'll put something on eBay. This week, not very much, and I don't think it's overly exciting as far as value goes, but we have to make decisions, and that's part of what this video series is about. How not to just take the easy route and throw it into the bin, or, you know, the recycling e-waste. So we'll see if we can get something going here, see if we can fix it up, see if we can make some money. We might end up scrapping some things, we might just use some parts. And also each week I try and find something to flip where I'll buy something out of the shop and try and, you know, make a decent profit on it. This week I found a clock. It's a quartz clock. It's sort of in the old style, so you wouldn't really call it a reproduction. It's just a modern clock in an old style. It was $8 and it says needs battery. Hopefully that's all it needs. If it needs more, we might even do a video on fixing it. I've certainly done that before. And incidentally, for those that do watch regularly, that pewter Canadian clock is going to Donna in the States. It's been travelling for quite a while. I hope it's nearly there for you, Donna. I hope it arrives safely. And that was great to find a new home for it. And yeah, we basically saved it from being thrown out because it had a bit of corrosion, and we did a repair video on it. I'll put a link underneath if I remember. Long introduction. Let's get into this box and see what we can find. Okay, well, the most obvious thing on the bench is a sewing machine. I don't know that it's going to be good enough to resell. I don't have a foot pedal with it, but Christine may have a spare. It looks like it was at a garage sale for $10. It's very dusty. It's a Globe Jaguar Quick System. It looks 1980s to me, so I'll do some checking on it. Judging by the fabric there, it looks like it still works. However, we don't have a foot control, so it's going to be pretty hard to sell, unless the control's in the other box, but I don't remember seeing it. So I'll check that one out soon. The next one, if it's what the box says, is an iced coffee maker. And we'll see if that's complete and any good. Sometimes I get them and they're brand new and just never been used. They might have been a gift or something. This one looks like it's certainly been unpacked. Doesn't look in bad condition, so I'll have to give that a check. It's what brand was it? Ambiano, which is a LD brand, so it's only a fairly cheap, or you know, not a top quality line appliance. All right, well, I guess we'll have to see if it is complete, see if it works. Okay, we've got a couple of mugs with it. Maybe it hasn't been used. It does look very clean, but yeah, I think it has. But it looks good enough. It will clean up fine as long as it works, and of course is safe to sell. We have to test things with our appliance tester. We do have all the packaging for it, but I don't expect it's going to be much more than a $10 item, if that. Let's get this clock out of here. We'll look at this a bit later. All right, we have a lamp. We always seem to get lamps. This has got a nice shade on it. It's loose. I don't know if anything's broken with it. Looks a fairly modern lamp. Oh, the base has been broken. So it's like a imitation marble base, and it's been cracked. I think they've re-glued it. I reckon half the base is broken off. The crack doesn't go up through the stem, but I reckon a section of the base has fallen off and they've re-glued it. It's actually still kind of solid, so it's probably still saleable. Otherwise I'll use the shade on another lamp base I've got. But I think that's a good enough repair, and it doesn't affect it electrically, so it's still fine to sell as far as safety goes. I have to work out why that top is loose, but otherwise it looks okay. Really long cord on it. So yeah, we'll try and fix it up. We should be able to get $5 to $10 for that, even given that it's been repaired. Not much left in the box. This should be a fairly quick video this week. What is this? A steamer? A Steam Iron Express. It's got like a fabric pad there, and it's clearly still got water in it. A steam button. Maybe it's just for taking wrinkles out of clothes while they're hanging. Alright, so it looks in okay condition other than the sticker starting to peel off. That would be the... oh, it's okay. That's a brush attachment. How does that fit in there? Oh, I think we have to take this one off. Yeah, so there's your steam outlets. And this brush one must fit on. Yeah. Okay, so you can steam your clothes with a brush attachment or whatever that's like a microfiber. Alright, so that looks okay as long as it works. We might get $5 for that. So we're not going to be in the money this week, I'm sure. But still, we might be able to save... actually, we might be able to save all of it. It'd be nice not to throw anything to e-waste. There's the book for the sewing machine. And a certificate of warranty. I'd suggest it's probably out of warranty by now. And that's just a... what's that go with? It's just a giant peg. I don't think it goes with anything here. But someone might have use for that. I'll probably put that in the free box at the shop and someone can grab it for something. That's the end of our box. So we'll look at the clock later, I think. Let's test a couple of these appliances, put them on the appliance tester, make sure they work, and I'll go and check some prices and I'll be back with you shortly. So I've done a bit of checking on these appliances and the lamp, and I've tightened up the shade. Everything else looks quite good on this lamp, so we might as well test that first. I've done a bit of reading on a few things, including the sewing machine, and hopefully we can not throw anything to e-waste this week. Let's power the lamp up. Oh, it's on already. Well, that works fine, and the switch feels pretty good. So I have straightened the lamp up. I'm sure it's fallen off something and hit the floor. Other than the fact that the bottom's been re-glued, the wire frame in the lamp was all twisted, so it's quite sturdy, and I've managed to rebend it so it's fairly square and looks nice. The shade's pretty good, actually. If the lamp wasn't worth selling, I'd easily find another base to put this shade on. So I think I'll put $10 on this in the shop, and I think we'd be able to sell it okay with that shade. If you go to buy a lamp shade, they're a lot more than $10 just for the shade, so I reckon we'll go $10 for that lamp. So that's good, it tests fine. The next item is this. It is a steamer. It's a garment steamer, a handheld steamer. It's got a little bit of water in there. Maybe I should have put a bit more in, but we'll see if it powers up. Now, they're relatively cheap items to buy, although I couldn't find this brand at all. I found some similar for around about the $30 to $40 mark. Oh, that just swivels, that's okay. Let's power it up. And there's no metal anywhere to check the earth on. The light's on. The appliance tester seems to think it's okay. I guess we've got to wait a bit for it to build up steam. Maybe it does need a bit more water. That's just a filler. And you have to push a button for steam. Oh, look at that. Well. Oh, that's pretty cool. I can steam clean my workbench. And maybe I could do the lampshade. So that works fine. Certainly puts out decent amounts of steam. So, okay, I think it's probably only going to be... oh, look, I reckon we'll try $10 the first week. Someone travelling might really appreciate a garment steam cleaner, particularly if their formal clothes are all creased up in the car. So we'll try 10. If we don't get 10, we'll drop it to 5, but I think it's worth trying. It certainly passes all the safety tests. Okay, this next one is a coffee, what was it, an iced coffee maker, which makes it sound better than it is, to be honest. Essentially, I think this whole top comes off. Yeah, it's just a water reservoir, and in this top section is just a basic basket reusable filter, and essentially all you do is put some coffee in the filter, ground coffee beans I presume, and it just percolates a bit of hot water through, so it's only really just a drip, a coffee drip. And the fact that they're calling it an iced coffee maker is a little misleading, because you have to basically fill this with ice. In fact, there's a level up here. I think you fill it to the level it says water, pour it in the reservoir, then put it underneath, fill it with ice cubes right to the top, put it under here. This just allows your dripping coffee to come out onto the ice. The ice cools the coffee as it comes out. When it's finished, it should be basically mostly icy coffee, and then you just put your top on with your straw. So you have to make the ice yourself separately, so it really is just a coffee drip filter. Pretty basic, really nothing much to go wrong with it. I don't think this has ever been used, but the filter did look to have a little bit of staining, so maybe they just used it as a coffee percolator. But it's complete, it's undamaged, it's clean enough, and I think we can try and sell it. I think these things were very cheap. I didn't find the exact one online, or at least a price for one, but I'm gonna, again, we'll try $10 on it. It's got the box, it's got the book, it's got the unused drinking container. We'll try 10, but I think they'll probably only 25 to 30 new, and we'll see how we go there. But well, we better test it, I suppose, although I don't want to go and put water in it. We'll just make sure the appliance tester was happy with it. There's no earth. Let's just turn it on. Okay, yep, the light comes on down here. I'm pretty sure it's going to work fine. Nice and clean in that section. All right, so it tests safe. We'll try and get 10, and hopefully someone can have a bit of fun making an iced coffee. So the only thing we have left in this episode is this very heavy globe sewing machine. Now, I've been in to consult the all-knowing Christine, the resident sewing expert in our household, and indeed a sewing expert to many of you on YouTube, and she said it's just a pretty basic machine. We think it's about 80s. She kind of agreed. She said it might have been a little bit later, but then it says made in Taiwan on the tag, so we think it was probably 1980s. Globe, I did a bit of a search online, couldn't find very much about them. I did find a few forums where people were asking for instruction booklets, which I have, quite old posts, so it's no sense contacting them. But we don't have a foot controller, a pedal for it, and it's an unusual plug. Christine didn't have one to suit, so that means we can't test it. And I'm not going to try and buy a new foot pedal for it, because it would be worth more than what we'd possibly get for it as a basic machine. What I'm going to do is just give it a bit of a clean up so we get rid of all this dust on it. And I might even pretty much just leave the $10 sticker on there. I might even have to drop it to $5. Someone who just collects vintage machines might buy it. Someone might have a pedal for it, and it might be perfectly good working order. I have turned it through its cycle here, and the needle goes up and down, and it's zigzagging at the moment, and it feels quite good. It doesn't feel like there's any issues inside. Certainly much more strongly built than most of your new machines. So someone might have a pedal for it, or might be prepared to buy it because they have a similar one at home and can swap pedals. So we'll try 10 on it. I wouldn't be surprised if I have to drop it to 5. This is a warranty certificate, and it actually has an address on the back for Bernina, so maybe it was a rebranded Bernina, I'm not sure. But anyway, vintage sewing machine, can't test it. We'll give it a quick clean and we'll try 10 on it. So there we go. We're actually sending nothing to Ewaste this week. That's pretty cool. All right, I'll clean this stuff up, get it off the bench. We'll have a look at that clock and see if we can get that going. Well, it's not an unattractive clock. It's sort of in the old mantle clock style. It's Roman numerals. Even the face is made to look older, and it's not trying to be a fake. It's not trying to be to deceive anyone, but it's just that old style. It looks quite good. It's got Cobb & Co clocks on there. Australia Pty Ltd. I don't know if that's an actual clock company or just something to look good on the face. But yeah, it looks quite nice. The decorative panel looks like it's actually, well, it's very thin. I think it's actually a little thin sheet of brass. It's been pressed. The timber has had gold paint and then rubbed to give that distressed old look. And yeah, it's quite attractive. It'll look much better with that sticker off. So the case isn't damaged or anything, and I presume it's just got a little modern quartz movement in here, which takes a little AA battery or something. And yes, deep in the inside of the cavity there, geez, you could stash anything in there. It could be a secret hiding spot for the housekeeping money. It's made in China movement, which I expected. It's got to be fairly new, this clock, I would imagine. What's it look like underneath? Yeah, I don't think it's been around for many years at all. Anyway, we'll put this in. Hopefully it works, because you know, I can turn $8 into, say, 30 very easily just with a second-hand battery, which has probably come out of a TV remote or something. Okay, battery's in. Still lots of room for your secret cache in there. Is it working? Doesn't have a second hand. I can hear it ticking though. Very good. We'll adjust the time to, it's just after 4:30 in the afternoon here. So what's that on, about 4? Let's turn it around to, it's just after 4:30. And we'll leave it a few minutes and hopefully it is working. Actually, if I fast forward the this video, we should be able to even see the hands move. Okay, I'm back from a bit of a walk. How did we go with the time? It looks like it's still going fine, and you guys would have seen it move. I haven't. So excellent, it's working. I'll just leave it run overnight to make sure everything's good, but I think that clock should be a $30 clock without any problems now. Someone will love it on their mantelpiece. A quick repair perhaps on this loose piece of tin here. I don't know if it's tin or brass. Let's have a look with the magnet. Yeah, it's probably brass, but it's very thin. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of super glue under here. We could use any sort of glue, it really doesn't matter. I had this out for another job, so it will be fine. And something I scrapped out earlier, we had a couple of transformers. So they'll be perfect, just to weight it down while it sets. And here's our spoils from this week, all on one table. Quite a low volume this week, but it looks like we've saved everything. I have nothing to go to e-waste. I didn't scrap anything out. The clock is keeping perfect time, so I'm pretty happy with that. The prices I put were $10 each on everything. That remains to be seen how we go. The lamp should get 10. Not sure about the other things. The sewing machine, with a bit more discussion with Christine, we think it probably is a Bernina copy, or not so much a copy, but a rebadged one. So there's a fairly good chance that if anyone has an older Bernina sewing machine, the foot controller should fit. So it looks really good. It cleaned up great. I think we'll probably get 10 for that. Certainly if someone's into older machines and has a Bernina. Otherwise, we will drop them to 5 if they don't sell after a week or two. But not a bad little haul. No waste. We've saved everything from going out to the e-waste crates at the transfer station. I'm pretty happy with that. And the notepad story, just as we mentioned, we're going to try $10 for each, which will give us a potential $40. The clock, I'm fairly confident we can get 34. So we might get $70 back with only $8 spent and a good second-hand battery that I saved from somewhere else. If these don't sell after a couple of weeks, I will be dropping them to 5, so I'll let you know in future episodes. And speaking of other episodes, let's have a look at part 20. And everything is gone. First week in, the clock radio sold straight away, the tens machine sold, the coffee maker sold, all in the first couple of days. I'm not worried about I'm keeping these items, and I'm not worried about these items. Haven't sold any of those yet, but I did have someone looking at the dome clock the other day. That will sell fairly quickly, and I think the donkey carts will as well. But I think we can actually rule this one off, because our main aim is to get rid of the e-waste, potential e-waste, and that has gone. Part 19 is mostly cleaned up as well. We still have the frozen treat maker. The salt lamp I had put aside for someone and they didn't turn up, so we'll put that back into stock next week. The ice cream maker, no one seems keen on that. Might have to drop it to 5. So I'll probably reprice these things when we're open again on Friday. But really, that deal is just about finished up. And I think I've sold that Bendigo pottery piece. I'll have to check. I forgot to mark it off. Only really two items left in the part 18. The touch lamp, which I will move into the shop. I don't feel I need to discount those because they sell fairly regularly. The citrus juicer I have marked down to 5. It's still there at this stage. We'll give it one more week, and if it doesn't sell, it will be free. And we didn't have... what did we buy to flip this week? These things. Haven't sold any of those as yet, but that's fine. So we can almost cross this off. I'll just leave it one more week and see if we can get rid of the citrus juicer at least. And all the previous weeks have been ruled off, so we're going really well here. I was pleased that everything sold last week at full price. And this week, well, not so much quantity, but 100% saved from any of this going to e-waste. At this stage, I don't think anything will. I think we'll be able to sell it. If we can't get 10, we'll drop it to 5. So successful week. Didn't take long to go through it, which was good. And we'll catch you next week for Monday Marathon sometime during the week. And in the meantime, I've got to get onto something out of the emergency storage shed. And I have a few repairs on the go as well. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.